Alright guys, now I've taken the bevel gauge to the frame on the other tractor and I put it down in here just like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up to the right angle to match that bevel gauge. Then I'm going to attempt to put some marks on it with a Sharpie for exactly where it needs to be here. Let's see. That is pretty good, just like that. So again, I'm going to just take a mark here with a Sharpie, just like that, just like that. And this will give me a place to mount this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find some way to clamp this. I may have to use duct tape for now, but if I can clamp one side and get a tack weld on the other, and just get like one tack on each corner, then I think I'll know if it's in the right spot. Before I weld it to death, I can at least test it. So that's what we're going to do next, a little welding. Alright, so I got my bevel gauge on there. What I ended up doing is putting a vice grip down here underneath, and it's just, the thing is just resting on it. So that lines up with my marks there. It's going to be kind of tricky to weld this because there's quite a gap there, an 1/8 inch maybe, something like that. So I think I'm going to start by welding this side, which is pretty tight, and then we'll go from there. I'll just put a couple tacks on and we'll see if we put the steering wheel on and everything, how it interfaces and if it's at the right angle. Now I just put a couple blob tack welds in there, and that should be enough to at least get this thing in the right place so that we can test it with the steering column on. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take the steering column here. This is the old one here, which has the old steering box at the bottom. I got to get the steering wheel off. I can't get it off. This whole shaft is worthless to me, so I think I'm just going to take a hacksaw and cut the shaft off, and that will get it out of this box for me. Then I can just slip the shaft for the new steering wheel in the box loosely. I don't have to have the wheel on it yet, so I think that's what I'm going to do. What happens to these old boxes is they break right around there, and it's just like a casting on there, and it breaks, and it's shot. It's totally worthless. And you see all that play in there? If it's not at exactly the right angle, it doesn't work. And I've seen where someone made a bushing to go around there, but hey, you know, it's a pain in the butt, and this is just crappy like pot metal casting. So I'm just going to zip this thing right off here and break it in half. I don't really care about it. It's worthless to me anyway. So we'll do that and we'll come back. We got the dash on there. Now, just to demonstrate here, we got the steering column on there. I just vice gripped the dashboard on, and we appear to have a nice intersection of the gears here, and everything is turning freely. Nothing's hitting the axle nut or anything like that. And you know, these tie rod ends aren't the right ones, but I'm going to get this kind of straight. This isn't even on the thing square, but let's say it was. It would be somewhere in this vicinity, and it will line up with that perfect. And you see that? It will line up perfect. So I'm pretty happy with the way this is. So we're going to weld it home now, baby, and then we'll be in good shape to finish this project up. Alright guys, well, I got it welded in pretty good here, I think. And I got all 4 of them welded up real nice all the way along the whole lengths of them. And they may not be pretty, but they're going to be strong, I'll tell you that much. So, that being said, we're going to have wonderful steering in this tractor now. This is going to be awesome. So, what my goal is for the weekend, or for tomorrow, really this is just going to be a Saturday project, is to get this Onan NB running. And you know about the yellow Onan NB here with the crank trigger, and what I propose to do is to take that very same crank trigger and put it on this one and see if I can get this one to run. And that's my goal for the weekend. The other tractor has a really bad knock to the motor, a rod knock. And I want to hook this one up and see if I can get this one to run good first, before I go through the trouble of playing with that other one. Worst case scenario, I have a donor block down here, which may have a good rod and crank in it, I'm not sure. So that may be going into this. And anyways, I'm happy with the welding job here, and we'll go from there.